Hello. It's only me because it's rotten outside. And I think also potentially Larky may be going to the vet because there's a new program to start with him that apparently the other dogs are on, and what it is that he gets a initial check over by the vet, and then they monitor his vaccines and any tick and heartworm and all that other medication that he's on to try and streamline the medications coming in. Judy does a phenomenal job of it, but this is a scheme that she has found that she likes. But unfortunately, he has to go for an initial appointment, and apparently it's at 5:30 today. So they were discussing whether or not Gwen and Carlene were discussing whether or not they would actually go to it because the weather's pretty yucky and there's lots of black ice, which is never fun. And to be honest, it's getting to that sort of weather where if you don't need to be on the road, it's probably better not to be on the road, personally speaking. And it's not a necessity; it's just a routine service that he's going to start on. So things to make our mind up about. Hey. Now, let me go through this. So there was no job this morning. There's no job. What day is it? Monday or Tuesday? Oh my gosh. It's Tuesday. There's no job today. There's no job tomorrow. And there's a job on Thursday and Friday. At this precise moment in time, weather permitting, Carlene is going down to have 2 front teeth removed. I think you can probably see from her daily doggy that we were having a debate over the merits of a general anaesthetic or a local anaesthetic. And as Tony has just reminded me via text, what we were actually discussing was the thing that will guide what kind of anaesthetic Carlene eventually takes is the fact that she's on blood thinners. And that's the deciding factor, I would think. But we've also decided that we will not proceed unless the anesthesiologist is actually a doctor, and because we're not going to take any chances because the medication's been a long time balancing, and it's very much a work in progress. She and Gwen were doing the blood prick test that's used to be sent into the doctors instead of her having to go to the clinic to have the blood taken. She can do it at home now on a machine, and so it's all these little bits and pieces to try and make sure that everything is ticking along nicely. So it's been a busy day. Janine is hitting traffic left, right and centre, not literally of course, but there are rather a lot of accidents unfortunately on the road. She stayed in DC last night and she was a wee bit late getting started because there was just, it was bedlam. The roads are really bad, so she let rush hour traffic get out of the way, and then started making progress down to South Carolina, and then was stuck for 27 minutes in the traffic jam because there has been a collision just a few cars in front of her. So it's that time of year where travel and weather make for fraught trips, unfortunately. And yeah, so we're all just wandering on. We have enough hay, shavings, water, feed here to keep the barn happy and healthy. Should we get stuck in any way, shape or form. The other farm is also under good control, and we have phenomenal volunteers over there as on here. And so we're all happy. Although the donkeys are not happy with me because they're just about to get their hay bags, but they can just hold on another minute longer. Elvis and Jamie are having dinner, and then they'll be moving on to their hay. And the 2 quarantine horses were actually supposed to be going home today, but the weather up in for towing a trailer great. So they're still with us, and we're hoping they'll get out tomorrow. One never can tell. Our aim really going forward is for all of our hares really to be using the arena like we did last winter, and it works fantastically. They've got, you know, weatherproof happiness, and the herd actually works together really nicely. They're on slightly more cramped conditions at this precise moment in time, and to try and alleviate everybody cramming into the large stall that's on camera here, Elvis and Jamie are in their own stall, one of Wallace's stalls, and the other one of Wallace's stalls I put Ruby and Ruby Sue, and then the two mini horses are actually in the stall that used to be called Lincoln's stall. So it just, these are donkeys in the big stall with the exception of Ruby. And that just spreads them out, stops any argy-bargying and pushing and shoving, because that's what they like to do. They may have ample hay bags, but they still like to push and shove. It's just the way they like to rock and roll this lot. So that's why it's nice to have the arena, because there's so much space in there that it can just spread out. And we'll get it, not quite today, but we'll get there. Arthur is eating in the stall where Ruby and Ruby Sue go at the moment, because he's still on supplementary food. So he's in there having peace and quiet to eat, because we do like them to have peace and quiet. Makes for a nice dining experience. So let me see what's going on here. Yeah, my dog, honestly, I think I sat on that couch once, because the dogs have just taken it over. It's been really peculiar. It's been sort of like it's frozen rain, but not hailstones. That very irregular sort of like crispy rain, really, is the way I can describe it. And it's melted, so there's a lot of surface water. You know, we're getting to that stage where we'll freeze, it'll become a bit icy, and so we're going to have to be very careful with this, I think. Carlena's not over here, because if she had not gone to the vet, crossing the courtyard is actually very slippy, so she is just staying in there at this precise moment in time, and it's nice and warm. Oh, Larky's he's on heartworm medication, because every dog's given that. He's on flea and tick medication, and he has obviously his rabies injection and whatever other injections that the vet recommends for our area. And these are just routine vaccines and medications that all the dogs are on, so they're preventative. He isn't actually on medication for any medical condition. It's just that it's a way to streamline the medications for each dog, so that we A, know that they've had it, and B, know when we're about to run out of supply. So it's just a streamlining that Judea, I think, has enrolled the dogs in. So just to make life simple. Wanda did go with Janine, and Janine very kindly phoned in the middle of the afternoon to tell me that she had Wanda, because we could have been looking for her. Apparently it was a last minute decision, and Wanda jumped in the car, and Janine went, well, why not? So Wanda will be very happy, because A, she'll be with Janine, and B, she'll be in a slightly warmer climate, we think, although you can never be too sure. My dogs were warm and cozy right in front of the fire. Nobody else was getting anywhere near the fire. This is not an unusual thing. The two mini horses are not related. Hello, husband.
Hey.
How are you?
I'm good.
I can take my jacket off. I'm trying it out.
Sorry.
All right, okay.
How's it going?
Fine. They're not related in any way other than the fact that they both came from New Holland. So they were both in the auction together. They weren't sited in the same lot, which tends to mean that they come in from separate people. So you very often find horses and minis and donkeys that have come through the same kind of unpleasant environment. What they very often do is they kind of lump together for comfort. So they will at some point be integrated with our herd. I am speaking with someone about the potential of a really lovely home for the mare, and that's a chestnut maybe. And if not, it will just stay with us. So I'm not sure how Miss Flower is going to take having another mare in the herd. And the mare that is in the arena at the moment is quite a gentle little soul. And Miss Flower, as we know, is our spicy raisin. So we need to kind of work out how that dynamic will play out. And also, if we have issues, what we can do is we can move her between the farms and all roundabouts. So we're in a very good position. Oh, they did go to the vet. Thank you.
They did, yeah, I saw them.
Thank you, Lisa. It is still up in the mail cut at the moment. I did pass it by, but it looks kind of heavy, and I was already having a bit of excitement slippy sliding down the hill. So we will get that. Thank you. There is a heater in this room, and the heater I came in about. No, Nick's not allowed jokes because Nick has dirty jokes, and then we can, and then. No, you don't.
I thought I made a funny joke earlier on the show.
Oh, good.
It wasn't dirty or anything.
Right, that's good. That's
It's just offensive.
If that's your joke for the day, then I leave it. I have to keep them under control, honestly, and there's no egging them on, Joel. So
Yeah, it's quite warm in here.
it is because I came in.
Probably warmer than the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I came in and I
Sleep down here tonight.
even a drop bed. I came in and I switched the heater on just in case Carlene came over. So it's so warm I took my jacket off. So there you go. Willow is in with Carlene. That is quite correct. And Joe, I must apologise. I did reply to your text reminding me to open the door in the barn, and so the camera can swivel. And I didn't do it because I went to Meredith and then I got stuck in Meredith because there was more to do than I.
It's not swivel with the door closed.
No, because it looks up the hill, so I had the door shut.
All day.
Yeah.
But they weren't outside.
No, I know, but they were outside initially. So, Sybil's doing just fine. She's back up and at it, really. She's super. Yeah, they did come in with the first rain, didn't they? And then they ran out and they kept going to finish off the hay that they had outside, and then they would come back in wet. I felt a bit bad about that. I was watching them when I was on the other farm. I was like, oh, I better get back and sort that.
Which one?
The donkeys.
Were they all wet?
Yeah, because the hay was outside this morning.
Oh, gosh.
So, and that's the only thing I've got left to do. So,
Yeah, I just have to take some hay up for the goats.
for our goats.
Yeah. And the ducks are outside, but
Oh,
they're...
good news! Nick has joined a duck enthusiast, and that is Duck Enthusiast Program.
Well, it's a chat group on Facebook. And it's quite useful because it puts some of your concerns to rest. Like, so the big chat on there at the moment is about how everybody has built these lovely duck enclosures for their little duckies. With lots of straw and
Simulation.
and food and warmth and bedding and everything. And they're very concerned because their ducks are choosing to stay outside in the cold and the wind and the rain and the snow. And it seems to be pretty much the regular kind of behaviour of them. They seem to like just being outside, and if they want to come in, they'll let you know. And they'll come in, but they like it outside. They can deal with the cold temperature. Their feet are especially adapted, like penguins' feet, to be able nice and very cold temperatures. But they just like it outside. They're very warm and they're very happy actually. Yes, like happier than ever tonight. Like it's snowing, it's sleety, it's dank, it's miserable, and they're like waggling their tails. Yeah, and they're pretty happy. But it's quite good because I go on and like I get some messages from it on my feed. And they everybody's going through the same things and. It all seems to be okay, yeah.
It's a duck owner support group.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah. It's all. Most of the comments and questions comes from people like me who are overly neurotic about their little duckies, and they're quite good at kind of making you realize that everybody's thinking the same thing and that we're all wrong. They're actually all just fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the other interesting thing I realised today is, now, I will tell you, I know somebody was concerned yesterday about Sally being outside. Sally actually can go in through the chicken door. She comes out the chicken door every morning. She can also go in the chicken door. It's just for whatever reason, she likes being outside, and then she seems to like being encouraged to go back in. She does not want to go through the chicken door. It's Sally.
Yeah, so she was a bit wet. I think it was last night or the night before, I can't remember. So when I brought her in, I patted her down gently with some kitchen roll, sprinkled some salt and pepper on her, put in the potatoes and just slammed her in the oven to warm up a bit. Oh no, sorry, that was the other turkey, wasn't it?
That's why Nick doesn't cook.
Okay.
You're terrible. See, that's your joke for the day. Totally bad taste. So I did notice today that the ducks, we do shut down the chicken and rabbit house and turkey house at night time because we don't want anything going in. The ducks at least have got an escape route at this precise moment in time, but we close down the chicken and rabbit house and lock it off and secure it. The ducks, if they want shelter, and I saw them do this today, is I don't know if everybody realises, but there's a covered platform that is enclosed, and it's underneath the entrance to the right hand side of the TeaTime. And the goats used to stand on top of it. We used to feed the goats on top of it. But there's a secure area underneath. It just doesn't have a door closing at the moment. But it allows the ducks to come in, and they've actually got shelter. So it's windproof, and it has a roof over it as well. So they do have space. It's just yes, and Nick did put Sally to bed tonight. See, there he is answering. You're so multitasking efficient.
I tell you something, she doesn't walk very fast.
No, she does not.
It's kind of like that big old rain that really hits you with a thud and makes you really wet. And she just walks.
Yeah, I know, she ambles, doesn't she?
She really takes a long time. I mean, it takes us about 3 minutes to walk from the pond to the duck house.
Yeah.
Gets her in and she stands outside the door, the big door, for a while and thinks about it. But, what?
She's very noisy.
And then eventually she goes in as if she's not very happy about it, you know?
The front from Sally.
Yeah, like, I think actually she loves being out there with the ducks, but she's not built with the same feet in particular.
And she doesn't float.
And she doesn't, not that we know, we can try, but...
she's very, very...
heavy.
Yeah, she's very, very heavy. And I think she was capsized deep down. The other thing is, the bantam chickens, they're still in the white chicken house. And the reason they're in there is because those are the chickens that we take out with us, and they're covered so they're protected from the wild birds. But I've actually just put them into the coop and shut the door. They're on a full straw bedding, and they just look so cozy. They just curry down into it, and all you can see is their little beaks and their little eyes. So it's lovely. So they're nice and cozy in there.
And Ziggy was already tucked in tonight when I went in.
He's given up.
No, he doesn't like being wet, so he goes inside.
Yeah.
And he looked very cozy, and I brought some food. and he was very happy.
And do you know what? I called you this morning because I was down here just before 8. I started over with the ducks and the chickens and the turkeys and Ziggy, and I honestly, I couldn't find Ziggy.
So after you let him out?
Well, I didn't see him going out. So that was the thing. So I went and his cage was still locked. Do you keep him in the? Do you keep him in the back?
I separated because otherwise the chickens and the turkey go and steal his food.
Right. So this morning I had to go and lift the separator up, and by the time I got there, he wasn't there. So how did he get out?
You mean the metal?
The metal fence was still there.
And when you moved it,
And when I moved it,
you can probably find it. The door was open.
the chicken door was open. Yes.
How long has it been open for?
Well, I gave them some scratch grains this morning, so maybe about 10 minutes.
Yeah, I don't know, maybe he got so excited with the scratch grades that he squeezed through one of those gaps or something.
Yeah.
Maybe if he wanted to get out, he could get out. I mean, it's more to keep
The turkey away.
the turkey and the chickens from getting in than from him getting out, to be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
It's not that they fight or anything, it's just they go in and steal his food, and I don't think his food is good for them.
no, it's not.
And I don't think their food is good. I'm
No.
not sure, but his food
No,
is good.
it's corn based.
But
So-
he,
So I was calling you, and I was looking around all over for him. I was a bit of a panic, actually. And then he sort of like hopped out. Boom, boom, boom.
well, he has been known to go for a wander around the farm on occasion. Like, normally when Janine's left the gate open. Yeah. He comes back actually at night time. You see him, and he sees that there's some activity going on around the duck house, and decides to make his way over, you know.
Right, okay.
But the bad thing about that is there's one of the dogs even, but I don't think one of the dogs would mention these things.
Yeah. Well, he hasn't been out of the paddock. He was in the paddock. So we haven't had him out of the paddock apart from that one time.
And he also goes and hides. There's some like bushes and some brambly type things around the duck pond, and he goes and hides there. I'm sure he's got like a master lair over there or some sort. Like you see him digging holes. Probably some massive warren system he's built all around the farm.
Oh. So the horned goats are doing just fine. They're having a lovely time because
It wasn't.
I'll tell you why. The beagle house actually has a heater on, so they're in heated accommodations. And they're
Yeah, it's probably hotter in there than it is in the house.
well, the air because it's on so glass with a small space.
Yeah, they love it. And so when I went in tonight, there was 3 of them in there, patiently awaiting food and sustenance because they're starving. They're so hungry. Yeah, they're just starved. Those goats.
Yeah.
And the other goat was out front under that little tent thing.
Which goat was that?
I'm not sure which one. Anyway, that one waits there until I arrive with hay bags and things like that. So,
Because it's actually very calm in there until Henry arrives.
yeah.
And Henry's the father, and he causes bedlam in there.
Oh, I mean, I put water in tonight, right? No food. I haven't put the food in yet, and I put water in. He's going around the little pen, head dusting everyone about the water. But the water, guys, I mean, this wasn't even food, so it's quite funny.
No, Nicky is not wandering around about the farm. He wanders about his paddock, and his paddock has great big thorny bushes in it, and he goes under there if he feels at all threatened. But there was one occasion that he got out, and the reason we knew actually he came back was because somebody said the security light kept going on and off because we'd gone looking for him, and then but he comes back, which is really quite sweet actually.
Yeah, he likes his food, and it's like, I mean, he's got a nice setup in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the 2 chicks that were on the camera this summer, they are in with the ducks. It seems to be though that they don't go particularly far down the hill. So they
But
maybe
they've been up at the back of that paddock,
yeah,
behind that big chute
yeah,
thing that sits there. They've been like building an empire of how they scratch around and try and clear some ground of grass and to roll in the dirt and the dust. And they've been building up there, and Sally's been hanging out with them a bit, kind of trying to figure out what they're doing. She doesn't quite get it. But, so those two hang out there. They don't really go down. They sometimes go down and eat some of the duck food, bird food. Yeah. And they all eat the same food, so it's called all flock, and they all eat the same thing. So all the birds. Yes. So we figured it wasn't a great idea having 3 different types of foods. Yeah. No. And the most exciting news is Eileen has decided upon a name for our little mini pony, and she has decided that Sterling is his name. So that's Sterling, which is very appropriate because he is like sterling silver coloured. Is he? Yeah, he is. His grey spots definitely are. So thank you so very much for that. There's nothing worse than the pressure of naming an animal and having to. Well, I have to remember it. I'm terrible with animal names. Also, the name of the British currency. Yes. Pound sterling. Pound sterling. So that's a lovely name. So thank you. That is a good name. I like that. Yeah. It's very distinguished. Yeah. Very much so. So there we go. And there's supposed to be snow coming in overnight. Well, it's very sleety out there. Is it? Like, I don't know, it must have snowed earlier or something, and then rain on top of it. Yeah. It's like soup now, you know? But it wasn't snow, it was like patchy rain. I don't know. It's weird. And the courtyard. The courtyard's lethal. Yeah, it's very wet. Anyway, so thank you very much for the naming of our mini boy. The little girl is called Peanut, and she's an older lady. She's called Peanut, and we're going to go and feed the donkeys because they are not happy bunnies at all. And goats. Okie dokie. And ourselves hopefully at some point. Oh no. Sterling is the pink mini, the white and grey one. Okay, so we'll see you all tomorrow. Excellent. Yeah, good. Oh my golly. Right. Turns off the heat. May I have my jacket, please? Thank you. Oh gosh. Oh, so you will up the hill. I can give you a hand if you want. Just want to move, Rudy and Ruby Sue. Oh. Where did they go? I'm putting them in beside Elvis and I don't know.